Hi, everybody. I'm here with JoEllen. She's a science teacher at Long Branch Middle School in New Jersey. JoEllen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is JoEllen Dunn. I teach 7th grade science at Long Branch Middle School in Long Branch, New Jersey. And most of our curriculum right now is we do physical science or physics, chemistry, and we are just starting to introduce engineering into the program as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, JoEllen. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and dive right in. Have you used video in your work and specifically in your PD work before this year?
No.
Gotcha.
No, I'm not. This is my first year, and I'm coincidentally also doing the alternative route program, which is a non-traditional teacher's route for New Jersey.
Sophia Lehman, Lorenzo Cabana, Archer Benedict, and Tyler Redwood, please come to the main office. That's Sophia Lehman, Lorenzo Cabana, Archer Benedict, and Tyler Redwood, please come to the main office.
But the alternative route program, we're also using the EdDina tool.
Okay.
There. So it's good that I have two different resources where I'm using the EdDina platform for my first year of teaching.
Right. Yeah. And I definitely want to hear more about what it's like in both different sort of tracks or area that you're using it for. But first, would love to hear your thoughts around like what you thought using EdDina and more specifically video was going to be like before you started this year. Were you apprehensive at all, nervous, excited? What do you think?
Oh no, I was very apprehensive.
Okay.
Because I just didn't see myself being videotaped. It didn't even occur to me. Mm-hmm. But actually, once I started using the tool, once I saw the first video, it was actually a really good eye opener for me, just to even just show basic things like classroom management, what students do when my back is turned, even how I talk, how I transition between thoughts, a bunch of things that I noticed that I didn't really think of until I saw it on screen.
Right, right. So it was like seeing your classroom with like a different pair of eyes almost, kind of, I bet.
Yes, and then also knowing that other people were looking at it too, it added like another like depth or layer to even like how I was speaking or instructing the students at that time. There's a lot going on with the first video session for sure.
I'm sure. And how have you like what does your process for using video look like throughout the year? Let's say with your coaching work and the alternative route. Can you describe like the different ways you use videos a little bit?
Yes. So for the action research plan with my administrator, what I was really trying to focus on is she gave me a packet of discussion protocols. So I decided to do a few and get really good at them. So what I'm recording right now is how I'm teaching a new discussion protocol with the students. And I'm using the same discussion protocol for like the next one. So I'm building upon to see how I'm progressing as a new teacher, to see how I'm getting the kids to talk science,
right.
and also classroom participation, like teaching them how to talk science in a classroom setting, how to discuss their ideas, how to communicate effectively. That was my main goal.
Gotcha. And would you say, now that we're at the end of the year, would you say that video has been important for you and that you've seen and that you think it's helped you improve as a teacher throughout the year?
Yes, because I still have an assignment due for EdDina, which basically I am going to do the same discussion protocol, but I'm going to reflect on better questioning. And with my higher level questions, I'm going to go back and do the same discussion protocol with the same class. And then I'm going to get data where I'm going to calculate to see how many kids participated from the beginning of the school year to how many are participating to the end of the school year. And then I'm going to have like a brief write-up on like what my findings are.
That's really cool that you've been able to use video to target a very specific skill or area development, and then use video to inform your growth and your progression over the course of the year. it's inspiring to hear that, you know, you can use it as for that kind of focused development. Really, really cool. So with that in mind, do you hope to continue using video as a tool for reflection and coaching and development next year and into your, you know, continuous into your career as a teacher?
Oh yeah, actually, we're doing an engineering project right now where I'm going to be recording the kids' project. They're doing an egg car crashing vehicle, smashing
Awesome.
up a cinder block down
I
a
bet
ramp.
they love that.
Yeah, so, but I plan on recording it for them actually, and even putting it down to slow motion. So I see myself using the Athena app like a lot more, and I think it's going to be like kind of like the wave of the future where administrators can do almost like their evaluations with just using it. So I just want to get better and better at it.
Right.
The lighting, I mean, it's almost like cinematography with like lighting and angles, that kind of thing. So I'm still trying to work out like what's the best angle in that for my classroom too. So I can get more data actually from it. If I only have one angle and I'm teaching, then
no, it's an important question. Like, how do you use the technology most effectively, you know, to get the best results, right? You know, if you can think off the top of your head, have there been any like big lessons you've learned this year so far as how to use video most effectively? Like one thing maybe you've changed about how you use video or how you record yourself?
Yes. One big thing I noticed with my first one was I was very actively moving around the room, just like my person. And I realized when I have to give a direct lecture, I really have to stand in front of the class and I have all eyes on me just for that brief like 10, 15 minutes. That was a big takeaway because I was just bouncing around the room thinking that I can get to the students that way. But I found it was just very effective through watching the videotape that I need to stand in the front and teach to the class just then and there instead of like walking around.
Interesting. Very interesting. I remember when I was a teacher, I definitely employed the walking around approach, but you know, very cool to hear that video helped you identify that change and that adjustment you're able to make to your practice. So very cool. One last question. Do you have any advice for other teachers around the country and around the world who might also be apprehensive about trying out video and recording themselves in the classroom and using this technology for their development? Any advice for folks who are, you know, going to be in your shoes maybe next year?
Right. I would say, you know, everything has a learning curve, and even if you were apprehensive or timid like I was at first, now I've recorded over 6 videos now, and I don't see myself stopping at all. I'm even, you know, for the flipped classroom ideas, you could do video recording that way as well.
Right.
And I just think that it is the wave of the future. And I don't see it going anywhere. So I think everybody should start getting good at it or getting used to it because I think it's here to stay.
Wonderful. I do too. Thanks so much, JoEllen. I really appreciate the time today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel.
All right.
Nice speaking with you.